Back to Fat Guy Reads, My Immortal. We are going to be reading chapters 21 through 24 today. Um, see if I can do a recap. It was kind of a mess last time, as you'll recall. Um, there was like an MCR concert, a My Chemical Romance concert that Voldemort crashed. I think like Snape and Lupin got shot or something. I don't really know. This whole thing's been a mess. Um, so we're going to get through chapters 21 through 24 today. We will be halfway through the story by the end of this. And good. Because as much fun as I've had reading it, it's also kind of giving me a headache just trying to read these like words out loud. I mean, it's just spelled so badly that it kind of like leaks over into my brain sometimes while I'm trying to sleep. So that's probably not normal. Let's go ahead and get started with, as always, the author's note for chapter 21. Fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelled wrong, okay? Cause that bitch Ravern cause it folk you preps. 1. Whoops, saws Raven, thanks for the help. BTW, Transylvania rocks rod. 1. I even got to go to the castle where Dracula was filmed. So I looked it up on IMDb, and Dracula was not filmed in Transylvania. It was mostly filmed in England or in Hollywood, as you would expect. So I don't know what this person's talking about, but that's really nothing new. Let's get right into the story. Later, we all went in the skull. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. No, I'm not, you fucking bitch, he shouted angrily. He stated to run out of the place in a suicidal way. I stated to cry because I was afraid he would commit suicide. It's okay, Annabee, said Vampire comfortably. I'll make him feel better. You mean you'll go, fuck him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come, he began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face. I was so turned on because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophone, then fuck of. Nice. And then we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invincibility coke. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand. I think this person might be a little confused. There's a cat, Mrs. Norris, in the book, who belongs to Filch, who's basically the janitor of Hogwarts. But well, you know what? Let's hear her out, okay? Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw Filth come. He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly. Oh no. What if... Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, fuck you, you preppy little poser son of a fucking bitch, Vampire said under his breath in a disgusted way. Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow. Filth, is there anyone under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded. And then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking of the cloak one. What the? He yelled, but it was too late, because now we were ruining away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and slitting his wrists outside of the school. Draco, I cried. Are you okay? I guess, though, Draco wept. We went back to our coffins Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid. See, isn't the present on the gothic red bed together? As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up, and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. There was a knock on the door, and Fog and the Mystery of Magic walked into the school! One. I don't know what's up with the whole Filch Mr. Norris thing. It, this isn't even like someone who hasn't even read the books. It's like someone who kind of paid attention during the movies, but was probably I don't know. Maybe they snuck in their iPod Shuffle with some Helena on there. I don't really know emo music. Sorry. Let's just move on to chapter 22. We're at the halfway point. And the way it's formatted on this website, they have it broken up into two halves. So I'm gonna have to move over to a different tab after this. So, author's note: STFU. Prep. Stop flaming. Okay. If you did not lick it, fuck off. I know it's Mr. Norris. It's Raven's fault, okay? 1-1. You suck, 1. No, just kidding, Raven. You fucking rock. Prep suck, 1. It's like we're seeing the roller coaster of a relationship between Raven and whoever wrote this. It's amazing. I really don't know who to blame for that whole Mr. Norris thing, but I guess it really doesn't matter now, does it? All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. What? I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diabolo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. Who's Willow? I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that, she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on it and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just licky Gerard Way and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed off all her clearage with a white apron that said "Pick" on it and other swear words and MCR lyrics on it. Kind of like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who was Jenny, was there too. She was weaving up a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it and a lace-up top thing and black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. It turns out that Darkness, Diabolo, Crab, and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists with a razor. He had raped them and stuff before too. What the fuck? They all got so depressed that they became gothic and converted to Stanism. That was all one paragraph. That was way too long. OMFG, I yielded as I jumped up. Why the fuck are you all here? Enemy, something is really fucked up, Draco said. Okay, but I need to put my fucking clothes on first, I shouted angrily. It's alright. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice. Oh, alright, I said, smiling. But you have to tell me why you're being all erective. I will, he said. So I put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow and white foundation. Then I came. We all went outside the great hall, and looked in from a window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hillary Duff t-shirt, so we put up our middle fingers at her. Inside the great hall, we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudged was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too. "This cannot be!" she shouted angrily. "The school must be closed!" "The Bach Lord is planning to kill the students!" yelled Cornelia Fudge. "You are not fit to be the principal any longer!" yelled Rumbridge. "You are too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous!" "You must retry or Voldemort will kill your students!" "Very well," Dumbledore said angrily. "But we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school. And her name is Enemy Darkness Dementia Raven Way." Draco, Crabbe, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other. I gasped. Chapter 23. Author's note. Dut the fuck up, bitches one. You're just jealous because I got 10,000 revoyos one. Thanks to Raven for the help in telling me about the books, girloo. Rock. Let's go shopping to get, wonder what books she told her about. I don't know, maybe the Harry Potter books? Anyway. The door opened, and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stomped out angrily. Then Dumbledore and Rumbridge sought us. "Mr. Way, what the..." Oh, I'm sorry. "Mr. Way, what the beep are you doing?" Rumbridge shouted angrily. Dumbledore blared at her. "Oops, she made a mistake," he corrupted her. "She means, hi everybody, come in." Well, we all came in angrily. So did all the other students. I sat between Darkness and Draco and opposite Bloody Mary. Crabbe and Goyle started to make morbid jokes. They both looked exactly like Ville Valo? Oh, hold on a sec. I cannot picture them as... Who the hell is that? Oh, okay. Of course, she misspelled it. Wow, this is kind of a deep cut. The lead vocalist from a Finnish gothic rock band called Him stands for His Infernal Majesty. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. I ate some Count Chocula and drank some blood from a cup. I love that there's Count Chocula at Hogwarts. Then I heard someone shooting angrily. I looked behind me. It was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other. "Vampire, Draco, WTF?" I asked. "You fucking bastard!" yelled Draco at Vampire. "I want to shit next to her!" "No, I do!" shouted. "No, she doesn't fucking like you, you son of a bitch!" yelled Draco. "No, fuck you, motherfucker! She laves me, not you!" shouted Vampire. And then he jumped on Draco. "No, not in that way, you perv." They started to fight and beat up each other. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on his broomstick. He had no nose and was wearing a gray robe. All the glass in the window he flew through fell apart. Brittany, that fucking prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating. Everyone gasped. The room fell silent. "Voldemort!" "Ebony! Ebony!" Darth Vader said evilly in his raspy voice. "Thou have failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou does not kill him before then, I shall kill Draco too." Please don't make me kill him, please, I begged. No! Ha ha ha, he laughed crudely. Kill him or I shall kill him anyway! Then he flew away cackling. I bust into tears. Draco and Vampire came to contort me. Suddenly my eyes rolled up so they looked all cool and gothic. I had a vision where I saw some lighting flash and then Voldemort coming to kill Draco while Draco slit his wrist in a depressed way. Come on, he's done that like 3 times in the story. I don't think slitting his wrists is going to do anything to him. No! I screamed sexily. Suddenly I locked up and stopped having the vision. Ebony, are you alright? Asked Draco in a worried voice. Yeah, I said sadly as I got up. Everything's alright, Ennaby, said Vampire, all sensitive. No, it's not! I shouted angrily. Tears of blood went down my face. OMFG, what if I'm getting possessed like in The Ring 2? It's okay, girl, said Bloody Mary. I don't know if that was the voice I used for her. Whatever. Maybe you should ask Professor Sinister about what the visions mean, though. Okay, bitch, I said sadly, and then we went. Alright, chapter 24. Preps, stop flaming the story. You're just jealous, so fuck you, go to hell. Raven fags for the help. Well, we had deviation next, so I got to ask Professor Trevolry about the visions. Konnichiwa, everybody come in, said Professor Sinister in Japanese. I'm sorry, isn't this Professor Trevolry? She smelled at me with her gothic black lipstick. She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long, dead black hair with blood red tips and red eyes. Her mom was a vampire. She's also half Japanese, so she speaks in everything. She and Bloody Mary get along great. She's really young for a teacher. Today she was wearing a black leather top with red lace and a long gothic black ripped dress. We went inside the black classroom with pastors of Emily the Strong. I raced my hands. I was wearing some black nail polish with red pentagrams on it. What is it, Ebony? She asked. Hey, I love your nail polish. Where'd you get it? Hot Topic? Yeah, I answered. All the preps who didn't know what HT was gave me weird looks. I gave them the middle finger. Well, I have to talk to you about some things. Where do you want to do it? How about now? She asked. Okay, I said. Okay, class fucking dismissed, everyone, said Professor Trevelry, and she let everyone go. Except for you, Brittany. She pointed at Brittany and some other preps. Please do exorcise, get it. 1 on page 3. Okay, I'm having lots of visions, I said in a worried voice. I'm so worried is Draco going to die? Well, she gave me a black crystal ball to lock in. I looked at it. What do you see? She asked. I said I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy wearing a black leather facet, a black gothic Linkin Park t-shirt, and black Congress shoes. Okay, you can go now. See ya, you cunts, said Professor Sinister. Holy shit. Bye, bitch, I said, waving. I went to Draco, and Vampire was sitting next to him. We both followed Draco together, and I was so exhibited. Well, that kind of all speaks for itself, doesn't it? So I think we're finally getting somewhere in the story. We're finally leading to an encounter with Voldemort, who realistically could kill everyone if he wanted to. I don't get this whole kill vampire or else I'll kill Draco thing. You see, my brain is kind of turning into mush as I read this, so it's kind of affecting my ability to speak right now. But yeah, that was chapters 21 through 24. We're halfway through My Immortal. Next time we'll be reading chapters 25 through 28 as we get to the end of this wretched fan fiction. So, thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time.